Hey dudes, John here, and welcome back to another Minecraft snapshot review. Today we have Minecraft 1.17 pre-1. That's right, we're in the pre-releases. This is like the beta to our snapshots, like the alphas, like peekaboo views. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys all the things that we have in the game so far. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start from this side, all the way over here. I'm gonna go ahead and start from our deep slate. That was our one of our original first introductions to the Caves and Cliffs update. It's gonna be our deep slate and our cobble deep slate, polished deep slate, and all the other variations of it. I really like the chiseled. That looks really freaking cool. I love that. They do have variations in walls and half slabs and in the stairs. I wish there was some of the cracked stone. I wish there was cracked stairs and cracked slabs. I feel like that would be kind of cool for distressing some things. And eventually, maybe if they even did a mossy version of this, that would be really freaking cool. Kind of like the cobblestone is. That'll give it a little nice variation of some rundown old mossy cave systems. It'd be really, really nice looking. We have calcite and we have tuff. These are found really deep down in the caves, as well as some of the new cave generations here. There are whole sections of cave that are this deep slate stuff. Then we have some of the dripstone and the pointed dripstone, which will fill things up. If you have a lava source or a water source above a dripstone, a pointed dripstone, it will fill up a cauldron, which is really freaking cool. And then we have our spore blossoms, which make this really cool. I don't know if you can see it in the air. This really cool green, particle effect, which is the spores basically from these little bloom spores. I think it looks really magical. I think it would look really cool in a forest. I don't know. It's just one of those things that I think looks really, really nice. We also have this glow lichen or lichen. I don't know however you want to pronounce it. And if you did notice that some of these stalactites, the ones that hang down from the top, and the stalagmites, the one on the bottom, they will grow if there's a water source. Just like this one grew on its own. It was a single block and it grew on its own. It'll grow to its max possible length. I think up to, I don't know what it is, if it's 15 or 12 or 16. I can't remember the total length that it will grow from the ceiling of a cave. Not from lava though, just from the water. It's pretty cool though. And they will connect eventually like this if they're close enough. That looks really neat. Then we also have this rooted dirt, which is basically just dirt that will grow these root systems on them. Then we also have our azalea and our flowering azalea, which look like little shrubs. And then you get the leaves out of them. They look really freaking cool. I really love this. It's just a decorative plant, but nonetheless, they look really, really nice. It's a nice addition to the world. I love those. I think they look fantastic. Then deep down in the caves, we have these giant geodes, which are very, very rare to find now from the newer snapshots. This is a block of amethyst, and this is a budding amethyst. I don't know if you can see it. Let me remove one of those. It looks like it's got a little pucker in the center there. It's where the amethyst buds they start growing, and then they turn into these clusters. There's 4 variations of the buds. They start off really, really small like this. Then they grow up to be a little bit bigger like this one. And then there's one that has a little bit of the little spikes sticking out of them. And then they grow to the amethyst clusters. Then when you break those, you get these little amethyst shards. Then we also have these moss blocks. And then you can make moss carpet, these big drip leaves. And you can find these small drip leaves, which the small drip leaf is just a small leaf, but it's a taller plant. And the big drip leaf is just a big leaf. It looks like a lily, almost like a water lily, but it's a short plant, little cute plants. Anyway, they're really neat looking. Again, more cool looking vegetation to the world of Minecraft. Then we can go down and we have a new ore. That's right, we have a new ore. It is the copper ingot, a copper ore. But you don't get ingots anymore from breaking stuff down. You get this stuff. You get raw copper and raw iron and raw gold, and then you take that and it makes ingots out of it. That's pretty cool. So now the raw materials kind of drop like lapis lazuli or redstone or coal. you have a higher chance of getting more of these. And when you smelt these down, then you get the ore. So you can get 2 to 4, 6, depending on the level of fortune that you have on your pickaxe, will determine how many of these will drop. So that's kind of cool. You'll get more than just the one single ingot out of a single block of ore out in the world. That's kind of nice. Oh, and also we have these wonderful glow item frames. That's right. They're pretty freaking cool. So they're glowing from behind. They're lit up a little bit. At nighttime, they're even more so noticeable. So darker items will stand out a little better on these. I like that. I wish they made a clear version though. I wish you could mix it with glass and just have an item frame and just have a clear item in the background. I feel like that would look really neat. But nonetheless, it's still a cool addition to the game. You can take that copper ingot now and you can make lightning rods. That's right. Look at this. This is really freaking cool. So you can turn on the weather, turn on the thunder. There we go. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I hate the rain, but nonetheless, that's really cool. You can get lightning strikes for various purposes. If you want to try to get skeleton horse, or you're trying to get a charged creeper, or whatever the case may be that you need to do that for. I guess you can get mushrooms, right? You can get mushrooms by getting lightning strikes on regular cows too. Anyway, so we can also grab some of this you can get tinted glass, which is really cool. And then you can also make this spyglass, which is, it's basically Optifine. It's Optifine on vanilla Minecraft. Yes, you can do the zoom in thing. Look at this. You can barely read that sign. It's a mess from here. Can we read that last one? We sure can. That's pretty cool. It's a lot clearer than it used to be. And they gave this little texture on it, and they made it square, obviously, because Minecraft. But you can see things as if you were up close. It doesn't make them blurry. Before, it was a little more blurry, and you couldn't see as much. Like, I could even read that Oxalato sign there. I can even read that. Does it say squid? It does. Glow squid. It says glow squid. Then we have some mobs. We got the one mob that we were promised it's a goat. These guys are super freaking cute. I think they're funny. They jump really high. And they spawn in the mountain regions, in the mountain areas. And I think they will ram you if you upset them. But they were really a really cool addition. More animals in the game. I like that. We have another use for wax. That's right. We got more use for the honeycomb. Honeycomb turns into candles, and you can take candles and add them to dyes, and you could dye candles. They removed this from the game for a little while, the crafting recipe for the dyed candles, but they just re-added it, and they also added a new texture. It looks lit from underneath. If these are put out, they're not as bright, and then when they're lit up, they are a little bit brighter. So there's a separate texture. You can see it actually right here. You can see the gradient in that. You can see the gradient in that. It looks really good. I know these have a gradient, but they're not nearly as bright as the ones that are lit up. I like that. These are really, really freaking cool. Another light source that we have in the game. And then you can put them in stacks of 1, 2, 3, and 4. I feel that the 3 is the best option, just because anything in sections of 3 is just a really nice, more appealing, aesthetic appealing look to any decoration, really. Candles. Yay. Then we have these. These are raw items. They're full blocks of raw ore. So you could take these raw bits here and they make these blocks, but you can find these randomly in different veins of either iron, copper, or gold. They will spawn into in the world naturally, but very, very rarely. Nonetheless, it's still another material that we have in the world, and I feel like it adds almost like a cool looking cobblestone effect. So if you have enough material, enough copper, because I don't know, copper itself is really cool. We'll look at the copper in a second, but the copper itself is really cool, but it does look like a really cool path. I like these. Like this is really cool. It looks like a yellow brick road. I like that. And speaking of copper, we have all the different variations of copper block. Everything from copper blocks that looks like just riveted copper, which is really freaking cool. And if you leave them alone, they start to tarnish. They turn it into exposed, then they get to weathered, and then they get to full on oxidized, which is this green color. It's like the color of the Statue of Liberty is this color here because it was just natural copper and it weathered over time and it turned this green color. Really freaking cool. Can you imagine what it would look like if they polished it out? It'd be a pretty amazing piece of art. And then you can get this and you can cut this and it turns into this really cool tile look. And then they have tile versions of each one. And if you don't want it to change color, you can add, again, another use for this wonderful honeycomb. You can take this honeycomb and you could add it to a natural block and it'll wax it. Yeah, it'll wax it. Then you can take, I think you can take an axe to it and you right click it and it removes the wax. And once it's waxed, it will stay that color. Like say if you wanted to build a structure that is specifically this exposed color, it's got this little pink tone to it. You just wax it and it'll stay that color. Or if you want it to stay copper, you just wax it and it'll stay that color. Same with the weathered, which is more green, but this is like really like aqua green. So if you want any of these colors, you just wax them, they stay that color. I don't know why there's a wax version of this. It's not like this will turn into another color. This pretty much is what it is. Unless it deteriorates and starts to crumble, I have no idea. So there you go. Now you got yourself some waxed some copper blocks and different variations of those copper blocks. Really freaking cool, crazy good additions to the game. And yet again, another ore that adds more stuff, more things to the gaming. Speaking of ore, they did redo all the textures on all the on all the ore, and then they added a deep slate variant. So when you're down deep in the world, you can still find diamonds, but they're going to be in this deep slate version as opposed to just the regular stone. They didn't want to mix this into the deep slate sections. It looked really, really awkward, and so they figured they would add the deep slate version of it, and it looks really nice. I absolutely love it. Same with the lapis, the emeralds, the redstone, the gold, the copper, iron, and even coal. They look so good. And I love the new updated texture. It gives it a little more three-dimensional look. I absolutely love it. The only one I think that they left alone was the diamond because that is like a staple for the game of Minecraft. Then we have more mobs. We have these oxalatos. You can spam them in. There are 3 variations of it. It's like a blue color, a pink color. Then there's this yellowish gold color. They're really cool. They will attack pretty much anything that's around, but there is they have a cooldown between attacking one thing and then going to another so they don't just destroy everything in their path. They're really cute. Absolutely love it. Look at the little babies. Super freaking adorable. And then you can also, to transport oxalatos, I wish you could do this with more animals. I wish we had a way to transport them. You just grab a bucket and you can pick them up with a bucket, empty bucket, and you got a bucket of oxalato. That's kind of cool. Wish you could do that with squid. Speaking of squid, we have the new glow squid. That's right. You're going to see, I'm going to put one in here. Glow squid are not dangerous. However, oxalatos do not like them and they will kill them. Sorry, glow squid. Glow squid are really cute, are really pretty. You can see them from really, really far away. And they drop those ink sacs right there. Those are the glow ink sacs. And if you've noticed on all these signs, the text is lit up. That's right. We can take that glow ink sac, this glow ink sac right here, and we could take this and smack a sign, especially on these darker signs. It's hard to read the text. You almost wish that the text was white on these, but they did this instead. Bam! The text is glowing now. And I like this. This is fantastic. I wish they had done this sooner. The only difference between this and what I wish they had done is I wish you could take some dye and oh, I was this years old when I found out that this is the most amazing thing that they did to the game of Minecraft. So if you do this then, without the glow on there, can I change? You can change the color of the text. Okay. It looks good, but with the glow, holy cow, that looks so, look at this. Bam. That's so good. Just good job. Good job. Good job, Mojang. You guys did fantastic. I don't know why this is so exciting. I mean, there's so many things that were added to the game, but this is the thing that excites me the most. I don't know. All right, cool. Oh yeah, one of the things they added very, very early on into the snapshot is this. It's ice snow block. Look at this. You can't walk through it. So before you'd walk over it and you would sink. They got rid of that. It was really cool because it would make for some really amazing traps, and that's something. What about this? Now you can actually output snow blocks with that. The dispenser. Look, I can walk through this one. Why can't I walk through this one? Look, and you notice you freeze too. Like I can walk through. Look at that. Look at the outside of my screen. It's freezing, and you'll eventually die. Does it have to be put down with a bucket for it to work? It does. If you place this block in creative, you can walk on it. That is good to know. I don't know if that's a bug or if that's just the way the game was made, because now, there we go. Now we're sinking into it. So you can make a trap basically, and then you're not going to be able to get out of that. You have to be wearing leather boots, I believe, in order to walk on this. Yeah, you can walk on it as long as you have leather boots. Otherwise, you sink into it. So there you go. That's a weird glitch. I don't know if it's intended to be that way, but nonetheless, that's how it works. Then lastly, we have our actual caves. Let's go ahead and go into spectate. Bam. Okay, and we're going to go down into the world. Check this out. These are like the noodle cave systems that we have in the world now. And see, here's the geode. See, it's not connected to anything, so you wouldn't know it's there. It's wrapped in the tuff. So you wouldn't know it's there unless you're digging for it, like you're digging around and you actually run into one. And then they added a bunch of new advancements / achievements to the game. Right here we have whatever floats your goat. You got to take a goat and put it in a boat and you kind of float together. Wax on, when you apply wax to any copper block. Wax off, when you scrape wax off of a copper block. So wax on, wax off. I don't know if you guys know the reference to that. If you do, let me know in the comment section below, because I do. I'm just hoping you guys do as well. The cutest predator, catching an oxalato in a bucket. The healing power of friendship, for teaming up with an oxalato and winning a fight. So you can fight guardians with an oxalato. I don't know if you knew that. They will attack guardians for you. So you could bring a bunch with you and you could mob a guardian, an ocean monument, and take it over with some oxalatos. That's right. Glow and behold, by making a sign glow. Light as a rabbit, for walking on powder snow with leather boots, like I just showed you guys. Surge protector, for having a lightning strike, a lightning rod near a villager without setting the area on fire. That's an interesting one. I don't know if I'm going to have to try to achieve that. So you basically just put a bunch of lightning rods in the village and hope that doesn't destroy the village. Is it a bird looking for a parrot through a spyglass? That's pretty cool. Is it a balloon looking for a gas through a spyglass? And is it a plane looking at a dragon through a spyglass? These are some pretty cool advancements. I can't wait to hit all of them. This is going to be exciting. It's going to be fun to play. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, you learned something new and you guys want to see the next pre-release, let me know in the comment section below, or by simply following along by subscribing and liking this video and sharing it with your friends and family. That way more people get their eyes on these videos and we can produce more and have more fun doing them. Yeah, if you click that little bell as well, it turns on notifications and lets you guys know when we upload our next video. Till then, guys, see ya.
Bye.